And we are back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you another war recap. This one's going to be from Clash Playhouse. Clash Playhouse is where I do my wars with 5 of my Town Hall 13s. So it's going to be an all Town Hall 13 war. I'll show you the war log, and I'll show you the triples that I got on the base. It was a perfect war. So I'll show you 5 hits in this video. So sit back, buckle up, stay tuned, and enjoy the show. Okay, so before we actually get into the attacks, this war is just about to end. There's a minute left. I did get the victory in this war. The wars over that we do in Clash Playhouse are I take 5 of my Town Hall 13s and I do a 5v5 war against whatever, a random clan. So in this war, I used, here's the what he called. Here's the attacks that I used. The triples that I got, there were 3 of them with hybrid. 1 of them was a Queen Charge Lalo, and then 1 of them was a Wimp Lalo. Wimp Lalo, for those of you that don't know, is super wizards in a blimp and then doing a Lalo. So those were the attacks. Let's see. Can we hold that? Can we hang out here for 30 seconds to see the actual victory itself? So I'm going to show you all the attacks. We'll start from the bottom. We'll do 5, and then we'll do 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. The order's going to go hybrid, Queen Charge Lalo, Wimp Lalo, and then finishing off with a hybrid. Let's look at that, look at that victory. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There is the war that is ending, and there is the victory. And now let's go in and take a look at these attacks. So here is the first one, the first base that we're going to show. Again, this is a pretty easy base. I mean, it's a base that you see 100 times a day for those of you that play this game. But one thing I want to throw out there, whenever you're copying a base or getting a base, don't try and change it up too much. This base over here has definitely been changed. This might be the Town Hall 12 version of this base that the guy did something and he changed it. But as you can see, this eagle is totally walkable. We were talking about on stream if this eagle was walkable or not. I'm like, of course it's walkable. It's right there. I just didn't understand what was the difficulty with this base. He did put the tornado trap there. If the baby drag wasn't there, I would have pulled my queen around the wrong way, which wouldn't have been a big deal. I just wanted my queen to get in there, so when I bring my king in like this, he can at least pull the CC. I popped open that, I broke a hole in the wall over there. I thought the king was going to go in and deal with that Tesla. But instead the king decided he was going to shoot up, which wasn't a big deal. Once I saw that nobody was going in there, I threw a Valk in there with a couple of piggies in there, and then I knew that was taken care of. Step number 2 for this base was opening up a couple of wall breakers right there and right there. So I got that open so I can get my queen inside to deal with that. Drop my siege barracks up over here. And then drop my miners like that, but then drop my piggies in a line like that because I wanted to make sure that that goes down. As you can see with the pathing for the piggies came down and then they were forced to go to there. That was the next closest defense for them. And I left my miners over there to deal with that, with the Royal Champ, to deal with those defenses that are over there. Troops moved through. They moved through with the king, with the queen, and at that point it was GG. It was all done. All we had on the back end was we had the queen, we had the scatter shot. Siege barracks piggies are coming out. This is no big deal. Let's double speed this one and move on to the next base. This base was definitely one of the easier bases that was in this war. But I guarantee you some of the other ones are a little more difficult. But there it is. There's the triple. There is the army comp. Let's just move right into the next one. Next one was base number 4. This was taken out by Puff Daddy with using hybrid. Again, this base was also not a big deal. I kept looking at these bases and I was like, where's the difficulty in these bases? I started my queen out on here because I wanted to make sure that I got this section like this and brought my queen in here. I didn't want to start my queen over here, which was my original plan, because of the AD. I wanted to make sure that AD wasn't going to get touching. Once I knew that I took care of all that stuff and my queen was going to walk like that, then I dropped the Coco Loon and dropped my healers to get my queen in. Once my queen was in over there, I dropped my king in down on this side like this. I'm going to drop my king in there with the siege barracks up over here, the siege barracks. Get that queen moving through. I knew that she was going to get that. She was going to get the CC, so I really didn't even have to wait for the CC. FYP, that's a message for you. But I get that, what he called in there, get the siege barracks in there. Queen is doing her thing. CC comes out. King is doing his thing. I'm not sure what I used that. Oh, I think I tried to get the super wall breaker to go in over here, but because that expo is over there, that was the closest wall. But then at this point, it was GG. I mean, at this point, this is just the Skosko method. Queen going down one side, king going down the other side, and the hybrid in the middle with the warden and the royal champ. Dropped my first heal for them. They did split up a little bit, so I was waiting to see when I can get that warden ability. I froze the town hall and the scatter shot, and then I saw that the bulk of my troops were in by the town hall, so I healed them, used a warden ability to get them through. At that point, it was pretty much just GG. There was nothing here that was going to take down the rest of my troops. Still had my queen ability, still had my royal champ ability. Let's double speed this and move over to base number 3. This one is done, finished, toasted like an everything bagel, quadruple speed it, swag queen, swag royal champ ability. Let's move on to base number 3. Base number 3 was a queen charge Lalo. I could have done the hybrid on this. I mean, I used what I had. I mean, Avi I farm with queen charge Lalo. Puff Daddy, Yoda I'm farming with hybrid. Puff Daddy and Yoda are the earliest ones that I do, so that's why most of them were taken down with hybrid. But the important thing on this one was just to get the queen into that compartment. Once I get the queen into that compartment, it was all just real gravy. One thing that I do want to talk about, take a look, watch this attack over here, and I've been having a discussion in stream about if what is better, if the super hounds are better, the ice hounds are better, or if the regular hounds are better. And the other discussion that we're having in stream is if you should be freezing when your hounds are tanking. What I do personally is I am freezing if my hounds are tanking, because this way my hounds I know will last. They'll move through to the next section. So if I have a good spot to freeze, I do freeze. But let me know what you think about that. Leave me a message down in the comments what you think about this. But again, with my queen charge Lalos, I did put out a video on this. Very simple. You want to get the queen in there. You want the queen to basically be doing the bulk of the work, just keeping her alive with freeze spells, with the addition of the Royal Champ and the Slammer coming in to help out on the stronger defenses, but just moving them along, and then when you feel that the queen is safe and you're okay with it, then start the Lalo up. As soon as you got that pathing for the Lalo, get that Lalo in there, and it's just, at that point, it's just going to be triples. Triples. Use the spells where you think the spells should be, trying to get those troops to move in all in one big group to the town hall, like you see we did over here. We got everybody in, Royal Champ ability, perfect Royal Champ ability, got enough loons in there to get the town hall, and the rest of them were just moving around on the outside of this base. Let's double speed it and move on to base number 2. Base number 2 was taken out with a wimp. With a Wimp Lalo. Wimp Lalo, for those of you that don't know, is a name that my social media guy came up with. He calls it Wimp Lalo because Wimp Lalo is wizards inside of a blimp to make it Wimp Lalo. So let's go over and see base number 2 with the Wimp Lalo. It did take me 2 tries to get this one down because I sent in my hound. No, what I did was, somebody had said to me the other day, they said, Avi, you should try putting some wall breakers in addition to your super wizards that you're putting in there. I'm like, yeah, sounds like a great idea. You put the wall breakers in there, you got the rage spell down. So, I mean, you got a beautiful, You got a beautiful, raged wall breakers that are going to give more room. But that's not always a good thing, because in a situation like this where I had my troops in an area that I wanted them to be in, that I wanted them to stay in there. I wanted them to get all the things that were in that area. Why bother opening up a hole and getting them into an area where I didn't want them? And that's what happened on the first time I did this, I opened up this wall over here, and then I had a bunch of them down there, and I didn't get the town hall. But then at this point over there, it's just about trying to sit there and make the pathing for the Lalo and to take out the last two ingredients. The three ingredients that you want to take care of are the CC, the Queen, the Royal Champ. If you can take those out, then you should be getting triples with this. But at this point, I just dropped that Ice Golem in to try and get my heroes moving in the right area, get the Super Wall Breaker in there to get that hole open, power that King through, let the King go through and deal with those defenses that are in there. Takes down the what he called. Now this over here, I brought in my Royal Champ because I wanted my Royal Champ to take out the opposing Royal Champ. My opposing Royal Champ, though, she's like, Avi, I want to take care of defenses. So she went after some defenses up top. Troops up top are dealing with the CC. They are moving through. I got the Queen and Royal Champ that basically, they have done a fabulous job. They took out all the major defenses that I wanted to take out. So at this point, I still had 3 freezes left, but I started my Lalo. Now, my question is, let's pause it right here. Pause, Avi. Pause. Was this a proper freeze? I have 2 hounds that are sitting there and they're tanking. They're already tanking. But I still have a whiz tower that I could possibly shoot at the loons as the loons get closer. I got a scatter shot that's there. So why not keep them alive? Let's get this back down to regular speed. So that's what I do, and I was told not to do that. So I'm really curious to hear what you guys hear about this. If you think I should freeze, if my hounds are tanking, or if you think that freezing when the hounds are tanking is a waste of a freeze. My theory is if I can keep those hounds alive for later on in the raid, then that's great. If not, then not. But the other question is, are ice hounds a waste? As you can see right there, I mean, when you have a hound that when it pops, it's dropping a freeze spell. In my mind, it does not get any better than that. It's almost like the Super Valk that carries a rage spell. These are hounds that when they die, they drop a freeze spell around them. I just think that for the extra, to get rid of 2 loons and to bring in the ice hounds, I don't think it gets any better than that. But again, leave me your comments down below. Let me know what you think. These are discussions that we do have in stream all the time. But now let's go over and look at the last attack of this video. Again, this was the one that got the perfect war. We did take this base down. I'm not sure if this was, no, I think base number 2 was the last base that we took down. That got us the perfect war. On this one, I did do a hybrid. Again, I could have taken this with the Queen Charge Lalo. But at this point, I wanted to get my Queen in. I wanted to get her into this area of the base. That's the area that I wanted to get my Queen in. Let's see, did I get her all the way in? I know I got my King around on the other side. Oh, no, I know what I did. I got my Queen, I got my Queen. She took care of that scatter shot going that way. I did open up that wall for her to give her access to getting up there. Did I get that one last one? CC comes out. Queen's dealing with she's dealing with the CC now. I'm going to end up dropping my King over here with my siege barracks and have them move up like there, and then Lalo through, hybrid through like that as my Queen comes around over there. So they're all end up working together. Let's zoom out so you can see the action over there. I was trying to get my Queen to go back to take care of that eagle. So there is the Queen. I know she's going to come back around and deal with the eagle. I got the rage spell down there with my last wall breaker. I did get that triple layer wall break. So now at this point, I drop my King, drop my siege barracks, and now I know that I'm going to be able to sandwich that hybrid in between my Queen and my King. And that is pretty much it. There's the hybrid going in. There is nothing that is going to stop the rest of this attack right now. Queen is down with us. She's got a rage on here. I froze it. I wanted to get that Queen back up to full health. There's the full health on the Queen. Pre-drop a heal over there because I know my troops, there's nowhere for them to go except for in that spot. And that's pretty much it. We're going to let this play out, but that is going to be the last attack of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you're leaving a like down below. If you haven't done so already, leave a sub. And if you don't want to drop a sub, leave me a comment down below why you don't want to drop a sub. Drop a sub, hook a guy up. But that's going to be it. If you did like the video, once again, make sure you leave a like, leave a sub if you haven't done so already, and leave me a comment down below about those two things, the two questions that I have. If freezing while a hound is tanking is a waste of a freeze, and the other question is, what you think about the Ice Hounds, if you think that those extra 10 troop space for that free freeze spell is worth it or not. But that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next video, have a wonderful day.